Man, I'm going to tell y'all, one thing as a child when I was a teenage boy and I was playing sports, the one thing that I never ever wanted to do was to disgrace my own daddy and to disgrace my mama. Like, those are the two people on earth that I will never disgrace. Well, I won't do it knowingly. Like, if I can control the outcome, then I'm going to do it. Like, I remember once, man, I called myself, man, getting mad at the coach, because, he took me off one of the special teams, and, like on punt team, you get to go and lay somebody out. And he took me off punt team, and, I got mad. I threw my helmet and just threw it around and just, started trying to walk up the field. And, man, that's the worst thing I ever tried to do. My dad got so far from my ass that, I didn't want to think straight, And I mean, legitimately, he, nah, ain't no quitting. And my mom's the same way, If you play a sport, you ain't quitting. You don't have to play it the next year, but you gonna finish it out. That was her rule. And, my mom was ready to go out. My mom was, cussing me out. And, it's just, I never, ever want to disgrace them. I just never do. Well, when I was in school, and one day, I was cutting the food in school, and, the teacher, they called home, and you can tell the look of disgrace my mama had on her face. And, of course, she beat the wheels off me that day. But, after that, I never got another phone call home. But that's because of, not disgracing your family, not disgracing. And, Julio Cesar Chavez, you can see that this guy, skill set wise, he's actually got a lot of potential, and he's actually a decent fighter. He's a pretty good fighter. He just don't have the courage of his dad. He just don't have it. And people say, well, he was fighting with a broke hand. Well, I played football, and somebody stepped on my fingers, and I had to finish the game out with 2 broken fingers. I had to finish the game out. Like, I couldn't walk back off that field and tell my daddy, hey, I couldn't play because my fingers were broken. My dad used to instill in me, he said, you never come off that field. He said, I don't care if your leg broken. He said, the only way you come off that field is if they carting you off and if you died. That's what he told me. I had to finish a game out with 2 broken fingers. And I don't know if, you play football, and, your fingers are very important when you play football. And I tell you what, man, one of the most painfulest things that I ever had to deal with. But it shows you what you're made out of. Boxing is a sport where, you do have to play with pain. You're never healed. Even when I boxed, I was an idiot for boxing for 10 years. But injuries, they never subsided. Like, while I was doing the sport, I was always injured. There was always something. There was a shoulder, wrist. Your hands always hurt. Okay, your hands constantly hurt when you box. And it's just, that comes with the territory. But this man disgraced his daddy. Out of all the things that you can say about this guy, he disgraced his daddy. And that image of Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. is the only image that I'm going to remember when I think about Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. That's it. This man disgraced his daddy. You can see how Sean Porter, he don't like to disgrace his daddy. He don't like to. And you can tell, man, when Kenny in the corner, like really getting on him, Sean, want to please his daddy. Every boy, every man, even men, we want to please our daddies. Because our daddies are the one that we got our honor from. Our daddies are the one. And a father's job is to instill honor in his young son. That's a father's job. You got to instill honor. Because if you don't have honor, then you can't really have a lot of wisdom. See, wisdom and honor, they go hand in hand. How many honorable people that they're wise? They're also very wise. Honor. How many wise people you know that are not honorable? Every wise person I know, they got honor. And every person who's honorable, they're very wise. Somewhere the apple fell too far from the tree. In the case of Julio Cesar Chavez. Somehow, man, the apple fell too far from the tree. It just did. I don't know what has got into this guy's system. I mean, he got his hair all fucked up. I mean, there's something wrong with this guy. And maybe he spent a lot of time around his mama. I mean, I don't know. That's one thing my dad didn't, nah, man. He didn't want me all up under my mama, man. He didn't like that. My daddy hated that with a passion. But this guy Chavez, he's a disgrace to his family. Like, he quit. He quit. And you can say his hand was hurt, it was broke, but he's not dead. You're in a combat sport. What if this man was literally fighting for his life? I mean, you can't quit in the game of life. You can't quit. This man, he got a nice little, healthy, payday. But now what? See, I've learned that no amount of money is worth my honor. No amount of money is worth my honor. Because you can always make more money. Did you know that? You can always make more money, but you can't get your honor back. See, when you lose honor, you lose respect. And when you lose respect, you lose wisdom. And see, wisdom is the key to having honor, having respect, and making money. But in Julio Cesar Chavez, in his case, he made the money. But the money he made being dishonorable, it's not going to last forever. Congratulations on your payday. But now, you got to live. You got to live with that. You didn't finish the war. You didn't finish it out. You didn't see it through. I mean, people talk, but, people don't want to, like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather finished the fight with a separated shoulder. He's finished the fight many times with a broken hand. Many times with broken hands. Paulie Malignaggi. Hell, Paulie Malignaggi did 5 rounds in a bare-knuckle brawl with a broke hand. It's the code. It's the unwritten code of boxing. And even MMA, it's the unwritten code. And I don't like Colby Covington. But man, he finished a 5-round fight with a broken jaw. And I'm just saying, it's the code of combat sports. You go you go. You go. If you're not dead, you go. That's what I was taught.